If you're a Christian that has the Holy Spirit in you, you will understand that instincts is just on the surface. The Holy Spirit is so deep, like it's on a very deeper level. So sometimes when we meet people and we want to be friends with them or want to get in a relationship with them, the Holy Spirit just doesn't approve. But you know, we have coconut head, we don't hear what. If you're among friends that are making you do things that you don't want to do, then they shouldn't be your friends, okay? As long as it's not going to take you to heaven, trust me, it's not worth it. So if somebody treats you like trash the first time they meet you and you don't react to it, you just accept it, they'll most likely treat you that same way over and over and over again. So the earlier you know your place in people's life and the earlier you know people's places in your life, it just makes everything a lot better. Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Grace and thank you for clicking on this video. If this is your first time seeing my pretty face. I was trying to do a sexy eyes. Don't mind me. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, please consider subscribing so that you can see my face more often. I post video relating to social media management, content creation tips, lifestyle vlogs, skincare reviews, and a lot more. So consider subscribing. Okay, thank you. So in today's video I'm talking about 6 things I've learned from past relationships. That's not just romantic relationship, friendships and relationships in general. I want to talk about what I've learned, what they've taught me, with the experiences I've had so far, and I hope this video will be able to educate you one way or the other. So without too much talking, let's get right into the video. So the first lesson that I've learned is to trust my instincts. So it's very important to trust your instincts. You know, sometimes when your instincts is not really cool with a person and you don't just know why, maybe they're just this bad vibe and you don't just know, something's just off about a person, it's best that you actually listen to it. If you're a Christian that has the Holy Spirit in you, you will understand that instincts is just on the surface. The Holy Spirit is so deep, like it's on a very deeper level. So sometimes when we meet people and we want to be friends with them or want to get in a relationship with them, the Holy Spirit just doesn't approve. But you know, we have coconut head, we don't hear what. And sometimes we just go ahead and be friends with the person anyway, or go ahead and be in a relationship anyway. There are some relationships, romantic relationships and friendships that have ended. They were not even supposed to happen in the first place, but because I didn't listen to my instincts, I didn't listen to the Holy Spirit to guide me, and that's why I didn't end well anyway. You know, sometimes when you meet some people, it's better they should just remain an acquaintance than, you know, them being friends with you or, you know, going into a relationship with them at all. So always listen to your instincts, always listen to that voice. So you don't have to understand why your spirit is not cool with the person. You don't have to understand why, and you don't necessarily have to have the experience to find out. Listen to your instincts, listen to the Holy Spirit. It's actually very important. Number 2 is speaking up when you're not comfortable with things. I made a mistake in many of my past friendships and relationships where I'm not comfortable with some stuff and I just find myself still doing it just to please the person, and this is very bad. Yeah, it's very bad. So if you're the kind of person that always do things to please people and then displease yourself, this is a PSA for you to, you know, stop. It's really wrong. And some people always want to trend that on, oh, you have to be selfless. Yes, I'm not disregarding the fact that selflessness is good, but you have to also be selfish at some point. You have to also do things that you're comfortable with. So if you're not comfortable with something, don't go ahead and do it. If you're among friends that are making you do things that you don't want to do, then they shouldn't be your friends, okay? Because your friends will respect the fact that you don't want to do a particular thing or set of things. So I think that's one of the mistakes I've made, and moving forward, obviously I won't make that mistake again. I'll always be comfortable doing what I want to do, and I would speak up when I'm not comfortable with some things. Because if you don't speak up, people would ride on you, people would talk down on you, people would just step on you like trash. So always speak up when you're not comfortable with something, and the fact that the whole world may be comfortable with it, if you're not, you're not, and that is it. Number 3 is don't force anything. This is very important. Don't force friendships. I've learned not to force friendships. I've learned not to force relationships. So if you know that this friendship is not working, it's not working, okay? You may try to make it work and you notice that it's not working, then there's nothing much you can do. I found myself in the past forcing friendships. forcing relationships. You know that this relationship has already ended, and then it's hanging on a thin thread, and I still find myself trying to make amends. Friendship that are already falling, like literally falling. And it's not bad for friendship to fall. You have to understand that as you grow, you will lose friends, you also gain friends. So it's okay for you to lose friends, it's okay for you to gain friends, it's okay for you to grow. Just grow, okay? It's very important that you have to grow. So don't force relationship. Romantic relationships, do not force it. If the person does not like you anymore, the person does not like you, don't try to change yourself, like really change yourself, not even in a good way, just because you want people to like you, or just because you want to be accepted into a group of friends or in a relationship. It's not worth it. As long as it's not going to take you to heaven, trust me, it's not worth it. Number 4 lesson I've learned is don't assume. I used to be very good in assumption. I could assume a lot of things. I just sit and think and imagine, oh, this person did not pick my call because of this, or this person did not do this because of that. And most of the time I'm wrong, because probably the person may not even be with their phone or something like that, or maybe the person did not really see my message and did not intentionally ignore me. So don't just assume, don't jump into conclusion. How about don't jump into conclusion? If someone is not picking your calls, you want to understand why that person is not picking your calls, not that you just assume that the person is avoiding you or the person does not like you anymore. If you're trying to reach out to somebody and the person is not reachable, let them be. Maybe they may be going through something that does not even have anything to do with you, because you're so full of yourself and you feel like the world revolves around you. You get very angry that they're not at your beck and call. People have a lot of things going on in their lives, so don't assume. If somebody forgets to wish you happy birthday, it's fine. If they wish you happy birthday after 2 months, it's still fine. Sometimes people do things intentionally, sometimes they don't. Now, in the sense of assumption, you should be able to draw the line between when somebody is doing something intentionally and when somebody is not doing it intentionally, because I found that sometimes people actually do things intentionally. Probably they're trying to pass a message indirectly or subtly, like they don't want you to know that, okay, we're not cool anymore. They just try to find a way to just distance themselves from you, and that is fine. It's okay to do that, okay? So don't blame anybody for that. Just move on with your life. If you really want to know why somebody did what they did, you may probably just go ahead and ask. Yes, be that straightforward and direct. Oh, I called you, you didn't pick my call. When you're asking, make sure you're asking a question. Don't put it out as an assumption. So don't, instead of saying, I know you're avoiding me, why are you not picking my calls? You can just go ahead and say, why are you not picking my calls? I've tried to reach you several times. It's that simple. Don't try to play the victim card and all of those things. It's not necessary. Just go straight to the point. I called you, you're not picking. Is everything okay? Or I tried to reach out to you, like I came to her, like something. Don't just try to assume anything. Just have that claim. I know it's very hard. So when the assumption thoughts just come into your head, just knock it right out and just don't do that, okay? The next one is don't condone bad behavior. Please don't do that. Don't condone bad behavior. When people are treating you anyhow, treating you like trash, disrespecting you, disregarding you, do not condone it. People will treat you the way you accept to be treated. So if somebody treats you like trash the first time they meet you and you don't react to it, you just accept it, they'll most likely treat you that same way over and over and over again. If they step on your foot the first time and you don't make it clear that it is wrong to do that to you, they'll keep doing it over and over again. Don't let people treat you in a disregarding way. Don't let people discard your feelings like it's not important. When somebody does something wrong to you, speak up. Like, it brings me back to my other point. Speak up. Oh, you did this. I won't tolerate it. Whatever you accept will continue. The last one on my list is know your place. Now, this point is very important because I realized that a lot of people don't know their place. I used to be like that before. I used to have like plenty of friends and I didn't really know my place. I didn't know who was very close to me and who wasn't. So I just assumed that everybody was my friend. And when I realized that okay, this person is not actually my friend, or this person does not take me the way I take them, then it became very heartbreaking for me. I could have just avoided that heartbreak if I could just, know my place in the first place. So it's best to know your place in people's lives. You want to know if you are their very close friend, and are you in their inner circle? Are you just a regular friend? Like right now in my life, I have lots of acquaintances, I have friends, and I have close friends. You know, there's a difference. Acquaintance, friends, and close friends. There are some people that are friends with me, but they don't even know what I'm up to, while my close friends know what I'm up to. My acquaintance don't even know what is going on, you know, that kind of thing. So know your place in people's life. Not everybody is your friend, and that's okay. You cannot even be ice cream or lollipop, and not everybody even likes ice cream or lollipop, so you cannot just be everywhere at the same time. Now, you don't mistake this for being friendly. You can be friendly with everybody, you can be nice, you can be polite, but what I'm talking about is those very close circle. Know your place in people's life. I know people's places in your life. It's not everybody that you should just accept into your life. It's not everybody that should just come into your inner space. For somebody to come into my space, for somebody to be my very close friends, for somebody to be called my close friend, then that's a very significant title. Friendship is a very significant title. So people just throw around friends, my friend, my friend, my friend. If I call you my friend, I can boldly call you my friend. These days when I want to address people, I address them correctly, especially if they are not my friends. I make them know, okay, this is my classmate, this is my classmate, this is my colleague, this is that. If you're my friend, I'll say this is my friend, this is my close friend. You know, I've been able to establish that fact because I learned the hard way about knowing your place in people's life. So the earlier you know your place in people's life, and the earlier you know people's places in your life, it just makes everything a lot better. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you find these tips helpful and useful as you go about your life's journey. Please don't forget to like this video if you find it helpful, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.